At one point during the development of Spider-Man No Way Home, they played around with the idea and got pretty far with concept art on making Ned Leeds the Hobgoblin like he is in the comics, but they pulled back on teasing that. Well, the actor recently was interviewed and talked a little bit more about a potential return to the franchise. There's been a couple of things that the actor has said recently because, well, he's had a couple of projects here or there. And the latest update in terms of what's going on with Spider-Man 4 and his involvement is, well, I haven't really talked to many people. I haven't gotten the call. I'm waiting for it, and I'm hoping it happens. And he says that there's obviously a natural story, a natural direction, and there's plenty of directions that they could go in. And then he also reflected in another interview that I saw upon what it would be like to, again, be the Goblin. And he said, well, if that's the direction they want to go in, I mean, it's there, right? So, taking this back all the way to the conclusion of Spider-Man No Way Home, I think that if they were to make a Spider-Man 4 where maybe none of the other cast members are there and it's just Spider-Man living his life with them not being involved, I think that would honestly be a little bit more interesting, and then showing them at the end maybe bumping into him or starting to remember or something, or the spell wearing off, and that could add some very interesting intrigue. But I feel like jumping straight into, oh, they're friends again, right in the next film when we haven't seen them in other projects. Like, remember how we saw Ned in Avengers, for example. You know, it just reminded us, oh yeah, this character exists out there. Same with Spider-Man, right? And then he goes off and does his thing. It's just weird that we're going to go from a Spider-Man film to a Spider-Man film, no other appearances by the sounds of it, and then we just get back to form. At least I hope that's not what happens. That's what I'm trying to say. So I do hope that if they bring him back, maybe tease it and do a little thing or do something small to build up the next Spider-Man film, and have this one just kind of be a maybe small reintroduction. Like, he'll go back to the shop and they're familiar with him. But we don't need him, in my opinion, to be front and center again. Oh, we're best friends, so let me remind you of what happened, right? Like, to me, that's just, nah. Like, I'm not feeling that. But, hey, if he somehow indirectly, without Peter, becomes a villain, well, now that we can tie together, right? Because then Peter feels like, well, he wouldn't have become a villain if I was still his best friend. That could be an interesting angle. And then, sure, bring him into Spider-Man 4.